First up today here at Daytona International Speedway is my brother from another, the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion, Chase Elliott. Man, this is a rebirth. This is coming out of hibernation for the sport, and there's so much positive energy every year when we come here. And I was saying earlier, man, for me, even though I've done a lot of different things, it feels like coming home.
Yeah, it does.
You walk in here every year, like what's the first thing you think of?
Yeah, I mean, this weekend I feel like is always special, and I know it's the start of our season, but I feel like the Daytona 500 and just this week and all that it is just such an event of its own, and just the energy that's here is always exciting. I feel like there's been a lot of energy here this week that I haven't seen in the past 3 or 4 years, so I think that's exciting. There's a lot of people already here camping out. You notice those things and you can feel that, and this is just a great way to start our season, and this is this place is special. It always will be.
What's your earliest memory at Daytona?
Well, my earliest memories, I tell people this all the time, but they always had the nicest playground here, as a kid. So that was my.
We haven't been by the playground.
No, the playground's killer. I mean, killer. So as a kid, when I was going around all the racetracks, you remember those things. So the playground always stood out here, and I didn't go to a ton of races when I was that little, but certainly the tracks I did go to, this was one of the ones you remember. Obviously, a big deal, and man, they did it up. I don't know who designed that thing over there, but they did a good job.
What was your go-to? Like, was it like the hobby horse thing?
I feel like I was more of a monkey bars
guy.
Okay.
Guy back in the day.
Which track had the worst playground, Chase?
My worst playground memory was at Atlanta, because they had another killer playground, and it was actually a great place to go watch the race, because I think at the time they had like a McDonald's sponsorship or whatever, so it was like this big McDonald's playground thing. Dad was a McDonald's guy there back in the day. Anyway, and it was kind of broke. You could kind of climb on the outside of this thing, but it was this big playhouse, but you could get on top of it, and it was a great place to watch the race. So like when the races would start, I'd always go over there and climb. When I got a little older, I'd go climb up the side of this thing and sit on top of the playground. You could see a lot of the racetrack. It was above most of the things in the infield, and they took it down. They completely just destroyed it there one year. I came back and I was devastated.
Oh my gosh! No warning at all.
Yeah, my seat was gone.
Lost my spot.
Yeah, bad day.
So this is the year of the peach, son.
Year of the dog.
This is the year of the
dog.
peach, man. We're going to run down every single bullet point on the year of the peach.
I think you should, maybe twice.
So your boys with Freddie Freeman. Didn't you just blow up into one of his workouts?
Yes, I cruised in. I crashed one of his workouts. We were out in LA for the race the other day. So what an amazing guy. I've never really spent a ton of time around him, but just a super, super humble individual, just a guy who, like when you meet certain people, you get an idea of like whether or not you feel appreciated, and they respect you, and if they're interested in what you do, if they want to have like actual conversation, or if you're just checking a box. And with Freddie, it was just such a genuine interaction. Felt like we really enjoyed each other's company and had fun and cut up. And obviously, I don't know him very well aside from that, but heck, you would have thought we were friends for a long time. So really, really gained a lot of respect for him, and really made me wish and hope that he's not leaving Atlanta even more.
Chase
now.
is doing the Lord's work for Braves fans, just getting in his ear a little bit.
I tried. I did my part. So we'll see.
Chase, I think that you may be responsible for this run, because you win the Cup, then the Braves win the World Series, then the Dogs win the Natty. I mean, these are some great vibes that you have every right to take responsibility for right now.
I would love to take that title for sure. It's been a great run. I don't know if that caused it or sparked it or what, but whatever's been in the air has been great, and I hope we don't have to wait as long for the next Braves World Series or the next Dogs National Championship as we did this time. That's been a long time coming. So, yeah, man, I'd love to take credit. If so, I'll happily take that title.
I don't know if you saw the parade, but it looked like you were driving the bus, man. That thing was speeding through Atlanta. It looked like speed.
I heard about this, but I didn't see it. So I need to look that up.
I know a lot of people who are passionate overzealous Georgia Bulldogs fans. You're on the list. Put us there. How did you watch the game? Where did you watch the game? Were you out of your mind watching the game? How did you celebrate? Were there many cold beers consumed?
No, there wasn't. And I feel like you're going to be disappointed in me, and a lot of people are going to be disappointed in this answer. But I unknowingly scheduled my Chili Bowl prelim night that night. I know.
Oh, man.
I know.
All right, this has been good.
Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't blame you for leaving. I was upset about it too. So my mind was like, half at the Chili Bowl, but half watching the game. A couple of the guys on the team were big into it as well. Not like big Georgia fans, but really
they probably had action on
wanted to watch. Now that's
they
probably
had
true.
Action on
So I'm literally sitting in the in the staging area. I mean, I'm in the car, strapped in. The guy's, showing me his phone, live on, whatever, YouTube TV, whatever it is. We're watching the game, while I'm in the chute, fixing to go run my heat race. So I was committed as much as I could be committed to watching the game. So be disappointed, but just know I did all I could do.
Nah, man.
These are the first championships of your lifetime.
I know.
Of your lifetime.
I know.
So what is that for you as somebody who lived the misery for so long?
It wasn't all
Are
miserable.
you the dog that caught the car now?
It wasn't all miserable. I mean, there were some high spots in there, and there was some heartbreak too. But man, it makes it so much fun when you're watching, sports that I love. That I would watch the World Series anyway. Whether the Braves are in it or not. I would watch the national championship, whether the Dogs are in it or not. But
You'd
man,
watch the national title to see me and McGee running around.
That's right. That's the only reason I tune in. But I think it's no different than having a driver in NASCAR. When you have somebody to pull for and you feel a connection to something, it just makes watching a sport just on a different level. And granted, you can't do anything to help them, but it is fun to be a part of, and it makes it really exciting to to witness, and especially when they go and make it run like they did. For me, the Dogs winning is not as surprising, I don't feel like, as the Braves World Series. I mean, I feel like Georgia's been in the hunt for the past 5 years, just hasn't gone their way. Aside from Alabama, I feel like they've been right there amongst anybody. But Atlanta doing what they did, I feel like really caught everybody off guard. And that was just fun to watch because no one expected that to happen. And, watching that game one, Morton goes down. I'm like, man, there's just no way. And they just keep scratching and clawing and get it done. So, yeah, really enjoyed that.
All right, I'm going to ask every driver this today. Talladega Nights or Days of Thunder?
Oh, neither.
Whoa!
Neither, in my opinion. I would go six-pack or Stroker Ace.
Old school.
If you want to really start talking about racing movies, let's talk about some original ones.
Anytime you can get Kenny Rogers.
Absolutely.
Brewster Baker shows up. It's another day.
It is definitely another day. I've never been big on Talladega Nights. That's not fun.
Days
to
of
me.
Thunder's amazing, though.
Days of Thunder
is
a great movie.
So should I not ask about Talladega Nights the rest of the day?
No, you're welcome to.
Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch will be happy that you asked about
Yeah, no,
right,
I'm sure they would. And I'm not taking anything away from Days of Thunder. I think it's a great film. And I think I watched there was a special done not too long ago here, a rain delay maybe last year. They started talking about just the history. I think you were on there about just how the logistics of it worked, how involved Hendrick Motorsports was, and Rick, and getting those cars done and built, and then filming down here and all that stuff.
Can you believe they actually put
on TV?
That part too. They put the movie race cars in the race.
In the race. I didn't know. I had no idea about any of that stuff. So I was really really enjoyed watching that. I mean, obviously I was bummed it was raining. You get bored, nothing else on, right? So was watching that, and I was mind blown and gained a lot of respect for that film and everything that went into it. But yeah, the fact that they had cars, they made them qualify though. They made them qualify on time. NASCAR made them qualify on time. But then they started the race and they had these 100-pound cameras in the cars while the race is going on. It was nuts.
Well, you got stuff to do. You got a car to go make real fast. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, man.
You are my boy, Blue. I appreciate you.
Thank you,
Like
Chase.
that hat too. I know who you're pulling for.
You know who I'm pulling for. That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.